We don't have those two things. And I'd love to add in, we need an honest media, because we don't have an honest media. The Democrats are supporting her because she's easy to beat. You know, the Democrats are funding most of her campaign, and they're doing it because they want to run against, they don't want any more of Trump. How did they do in 2016? And then we did even better in 2020, a lot better, a lot better. Millions and millions of more votes. They don't want us. They want her. They're really, I mean, she's probably their first choice, and Ron DeSanctimonious is their second choice. And I'm their last choice. And, you know, but they're a party of disinformation. They see we're leading. You know, Rasmussen just came out. Did you see that? Rasmussen, highly respected. They just announced that the nomination for the Republican Party is over. They just said it's over, that Trump won. Now, I don't know how they can do that quiet. But I guess they looked last night, and they looked at all of the different states. We're beating her by, you know, many, many, many points in South Carolina. She's the governor of South Carolina, and she's losing by 50 points. That's not a good sign. And very shortly, we go out to Nevada. We're beating her by about 90 points. So we're beating everybody, and we're beating much of, maybe more importantly, although we have to get there, but more importantly, we're beating crooked Joe Biden in every poll. We're beating him by 11 points in Michigan. We're beating him in all over. I mean, we're beating him in Pennsylvania. We're beating him in South Carolina. Every poll that they take. And by the way, we're beating him very big in a place called New Hampshire. Have you ever heard of it? Have you heard of it? If you want to defend your honor, and if you want to defeat the radical left Democrats and save America, you must vote for your favorite president of all time, Donald J. Trump. The only way to stop the Biden lunatics and radical leftists is they're trying to cancel out your votes. They want to cancel out your votes. That's what they're doing with Haley. They love Haley because they're going to load it up with Democrats. They're not going to win anyway. They're not going to win anyway. They're not even close. But they're going to load it up with Democrats and independents, and that's not what the Republican Party is about. We love Democrats that want to vote for us, and we love independents especially that want to vote for us, but it's not what the party is about. But you have to go in big numbers on January 23rd. That's Tuesday, next week, January 23rd. I spent so much time talking about this because we had these tremendous polls, just like we do here in Iowa, and I'd say, please, it's very important. We have to keep our eye on the ball in November, and we're sending a signal. So even if you don't believe the polls, or even if you think we're 1 point down, we're not. We're like 30 points up. But don't believe me. You have to get out and you have to vote. I joked the other night. I got a little heat for it. I said, listen, darling, you're not feeling well, but I don't care. You have to get up. We have to vote. We have to. But I'm not feeling well. It doesn't make any difference. You have to vote. And I went a step further. I said, even if it means the ultimate, you got to vote. Because we've got to save our country. All the information you need is available at nh.donaldjtrump.com. Everything's available. So we do have to create the margins. We're going to be in great shape in terms of winning, but the margins, and I think that's why we got, I guess, 52%. They said it would be almost impossible to get over 40, and we got 52% last night, which is great. Biggest margin in history. Biggest margin, by a lot, the biggest margin in history. With your help, 1 week from now, we're going to win the New Hampshire primary, and then we're going to defeat crooked Joe Biden. He's a crooked guy. He's the worst president in the history of our country. He's the most corrupt president in the history of our country. And frankly, he's the most incompetent president. You're going to end up in World War III with this guy. But we're going to take